This is the familiar shape of the Range Rover Sport. Handsome looking thing, isn't it? But this is no normal Range Rover Sport, because this is the P400e. And yes, you guessed it, that E means that the Range Rover has gone hybrid. And that is very significant, because if this, the Range Rover, has gone hybrid, that probably means then that hybrid is the way forward for Land Rover. And in fact, you can get every single Land Rover product as a hybrid. So, shall we go and see if this thing's any good? Let me hit you with the stats to begin with. The P400e's drivetrain is a 2 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine paired with a 13 kilowatt-hour battery. When both are working in unison, you get 404 horsepower at the disposal of your right foot. That means a 0 to 60 mile an hour sprint time of 5.9 seconds, which is pretty impressive for a car of this size. The P400e is a plug-in hybrid, so theoretically, you need never plug it in. However, if you do want to plug the car in, you can do so. The car comes as standard with a home charging cable, which can offer a 0 to 80% charge time of 6 hours. When the battery is fully charged, you can expect an electric-only range of up to 26 miles, which doesn't sound like a lot, but the average commuting distance in the UK is 23 miles. So in fact, you'd be able to go to work and back on a single charge with ease. The rest of the car is exactly as you would expect. The lineup is now much simpler with only 4 different trim levels, and they are HSE Silver, Dynamic or Black, and at the top you have the Autobiography Dynamic. The P400e looks no different to the internal combustion variants, other than the charging flap, which is hidden away in the front grille. Boot space is a very respectable 780 litres. However, in the P400e, there is no 7-seat option due to the location of the battery pack underneath the boot floor. The interior of the Range Rover Sport P400e is exactly the same as it is in the regular combustion engine Range Rover Sport, which means it's a really great place to sit. It truly is. These seats, you really do sink into them, and they offer great support on your lumbar. Down in the centre here we've got the Touch Pro Duo infotainment screens. Now the top one controls your satellite navigation and your media and so on, and actually while your sat nav's on, you get it on there. You also get it on the digital display directly in front of me, which is a really great display while I'm on it. And the second screen, the bottom one, controls your climate control, your heated seats, and also the terrain response. Of course we've got terrain response. This is a Land Rover product, so being a hybrid has not influenced how this car drives off-road. But the real question is, has becoming a hybrid influenced how the Range Rover Sport drives on the road? Let's go and find out. So the Range Rover Sport P400e hybrid, how does it drive? Well, first things first, the tail end of last year I actually drove this car's baby brother, the Range Rover Evoque hybrid, and I was very impressed with it. And actually, if you'd like to see that video, please use the link in the top of the screen. But what I wanted to know is, would that then translate to the big boy, to this car? And I'll say straight away, yes. Yes, it has. Let's start with the powertrain. It switches between electric and petrol with ease. And then when you've got everything working as one, as I already mentioned, over 400 horsepower. So this car, even though it's only got a 2 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine, really does shift. What about the way that this car handles on the road? Well, I think it treads a perfect line just below the full Range Rover Vogue. And in fact, if you want to see my review of the Range Rover Vogue, please use the link in the top of the screen. But no, I think this car really does tread the line, because on the one hand, it's still very, very comfortable and very capable. But on the other, it's got really good feedback through the suspension and through the steering wheel. You can feel the road a lot more in this than you can in the Vogue, which obviously is intentional because this is the Sport. It's very quiet, it's very civilized. You really could drive this for many, many hours and many, many miles without getting tired.
It is a very impressive all-round car, this, and you can't beat the driving position of a Range Rover now, can you? Sitting really high up with a great view out over the bonnet. You've got massive wing mirrors here which just give you a great view behind, and this panoramic sunroof, which is standard on all Range Rover Sports, is incredible. So let's sum up the Range Rover then in a couple of words. Capable in every situation, fast, drives incredibly well on the road, very comfortable, very quiet, and most of the time you're not even going to notice that it's electric. I think it's a pretty good all-round car. And there is something about a Range Rover, isn't there? I know this is a sport, but there is something about driving a Range Rover. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you'd like to book a test drive on a Range Rover, or any car for that matter, do please use the link in the description to contact the guys over at Rybrook Land Rover. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel for plenty more content to come.